Hello. Did it in a rush today. But how are we? We good? I hope everyone's had a nice time at the Super Bowl parties. I haven't checked what the results are, but much love. I just wanted to read you something. Oh my god, I've been having some giggles today. I'm going to put in these videos. They are honestly the Fire Chronicles. What are they called? Yeah, Fire Chronicles. Fire something Chronicles. They're so funny. Like, just, as soon as I see the picture, I start laughing before I even put it on. He's a legend, that guy. Yeah, so I'm going to put in some funnies to make you smile. Yeah, there's loads. And I just wanted to read you this thing that I just thought was quite interesting, which I read today. Okay. So this is cause and effect. This principle states that nothing in creation is motionless. There's always movement, a force, an action, a response, a reaction, an ascending and a descending, something that arises and then disappears, etc. Beings are born into life and sink into death. In creation, everything has a cause and effect. Nothing occurs without a cause. The ultimate causeless cause is God. All things are an effect of God, and the chain reaction endures infinitely. Coincidences are non-existent because everything is a flower that has a preceding seed. The egg is the effect of the hen, and the hen the cause of the egg. But at the same time, the hen is an effect of the egg, and the egg is the cause of the hen. But which came first? If we go back, we see that it is God who is first. God, being the primordial substance, didn't come from anywhere. He always is, and time doesn't confine him. Therefore, he cannot come or be born. The first ever chicken came from an egg from another species that could be called the parent species of the chicken. If we go further back in the chain of evolution, we will eventually arrive at the firstborn form of life on this planet. Prior to that life form, there was no physical life on this planet, but the building blocks of life were present. If we recede even more billions of years, we will at last arrive at the Big Bang, the origin of the universe. If we attempt to go beyond this point, there is no more going back because the Big Bang was the beginning of time itself. But what was the ultimate cause of the Big Bang? God, the primordial substance, the unknowable and undefinable, because God is outside of time. To go above cause and effect, we have to go beyond the bounds of causal plane space-time. The discovery and union with the primordial substance is how mystics gained the way out of this infinite chain reaction of cause and effect. This union requires the identification and understanding of the twofold nature of creation and the need to implode this polarity. That's the next step. This is called the same spectrum. There is no black without white, left without right. Yeah. High without low, above without below, distance without near, beginning without end, beauty without ugliness, sweet without bitter, silence without noise, positive without negative, here without there, joy without sorrow, success without failure, life without death, etc. In creation, there is always an opposite side, because everything has its counterpart. There is a positive pole and a negative pole, or in other words, there is a masculine pole and a feminine pole. They complete each other. These two energies, which are essentially one, and brackets God, have been separated so that creation could come forth. They are facets of the same spectrum, for they bear the same essential nature. Take the example of short and tall. Can you pinpoint where tall starts, or when does it stop being tall and begin to be short? Where is the line that separates both? They are differing grades of the same endless spectrum. The principle of height, which is just an illustration, is what may manifest when different degrees of vibration, which we could call tall or short. Furthermore, what is tall and short is always contingent upon the subject in question. A 7-foot man is tall, but a giraffe with the same height would be considered exceptionally small. A 5-foot man is short, but a tortoise with the same height, a giant tortoise, would be regarded as exceptionally big. While there are opposites, there will be duality, manifestation, creation, ups and downs, birth and death, etc. The real unveiling of the mystics is only attainable by merging these two poles, these two energies. They go by distant names in diverse traditions and cultures. Jashin and Boaz, Shiva and Shakti, Yin and Yang, Sun and Moon, Father and Mother, Yab and Yum, masculine and feminine energy. The left and right hemispheres of the brain, positive and negative polarities, etc. When masculine and feminine unite, the essence of the mystics is revealed, oneness or union with God. Their opposites merge and all paradoxes are settled. For instance, let us delve into light and darkness. Upon close examination, the student will realize that there is no darkness, only different degrees of light. The more absent light is, the greater the darkness. This means that they are just different grades amid two extremities of the same phenomena. Just like darkness is simply the absence of light, hot and cold, for example, are solely different degrees of the same spectrum of temperature. This applies to all aspects of creation, from the physical dimension to the astral and the mental. Now here comes the mystics' laws. If extremes are both part of the same spectrum, and if this applies to the physical dimension as well as the astral and the mental dimensions, then we can use the process of spiritual alchemy through this practice to transition from being restless to peaceful, from being fearful to courageous, from being sad to joyful, from being ignorant to being enlightened. Although these mental states appear to be entirely dissimilar, as the reader has realized by now, they are within the same spectrum. The reader can therefore alter the frequency from a negative state to a positive state. The energy emanating from the mystic will also enable them to mentally affect and even change the vibration of others. This is why many students feel a mighty vibration when near a legitimate mystic. The master's pure vibrations affect the state of the disciples, pulling them into his own energetic field. Notwithstanding, there is one secret within this principle that completely surpasses it. God has no opposites, because God has no qualities or characteristics. God is thus beyond the dualism of life. Mind control. People all over the world seem to have become slaves to their minds. Their actions do not come from a position of clarity, but instead they come from a whirlwind of emotions, desires, and confused thoughts. It is often said that dogs are humans' best friends. Sometimes dogs are wild like wolves, other times they behave well, but don't understand or obey our commands. However, a well-trained dog will do whatever his owner asks him. That dog is well behaved and would do anything for his owner. The mind must be like that beloved dog. For that to happen, the mind must be brought under control. The student has to become the master of his own mind. Before any action or speech are manifested, they first go through the mind. If the water in the lake of our mind is not still, it will poorly reflect the moonlight. If, on the other hand, the student learns how to still it, the reflection will be pure and perfect. Countless methods attempt to make the mind tranquil and pure. Mystical practice, meditation, yoga, asceticism, fasting, etc. Some are more extreme than others and should not be attempted by an unprepared student. In this book, we teach the way, starting by purifying the mind, and only when it is brought under the student's control will it be employed for the primary objectives. The mind is governed by desire. If parents don't give a spoiled child the toy that she demands, the child will be in tears to get it. As soon as she gets it, she'll become satisfied. That satisfaction, however, only lasts a short amount of time, and soon the child will ask for a new one or even start crying. The human mind is like this spoiled child that does what she wants without respecting or obeying her parents, always looking for things to fulfill this ever small span of attention and short-lived gratification. This behavior does not change in grown-ups, seeing they too spend their hard-earned income on useless gratification and toys that soon become old-fashioned, consequently requiring the purchase of new toys. The mind will always look for ways to consummate its ardent desires, and it will not become still. This reveals itself as a big problem whenever a student wants to practice meditation. It is indeed one of the hardest barriers to break through and one of the most critical. Mysticism requires a high degree of concentration and selective attention, and that's the first step on the path to becoming adept. When you first attempt it, the mind will not forgive you. Be sure to expect a myriad of thoughts, imagery, drowsiness, dullness, boredom, lethargy, monotony, yawning, sleepiness, etc. Our everyday lifestyle does not help. The student will not find straightforward success if he persists in leading a stressful life, always entangled in uncontrollable thinking or attempting to solve arduous intellectual and complex problems during the day. No one should expect to arrive home after such a day and perform a triumphant practice. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. Any student should aim to maintain a quiet state of mind during the day. This will make the transition from normal state of conscious to a meditative state of conscious less turbulent whenever it is time to do it. However, that is not attainable by those who are just starting. And therefore, to help with this transition, we will show you how to practice and energetically charge a special location of your choice to be solely used for meditation. That will make an exceptional difference, and it's what we'll explain in the next section. So I just thought that was quite interesting. I mean, it's just one of the many things that's just interesting, really. Says that. Also, in this bad boy here, this one, a Bramlin. There's some stuff on here on how to heal diseases, specifically an epidemic. Because in the other book, there's that, you know, that one I said where they do the dark one. This is obviously what she's done. Right, you can cause illness. You can cause illness. So this gives you for serious diseases, all kinds of healing for all different diseases. So you need some stuff. Yeah, if you see any of the videos that I sent you, that's why they can't sort of explain some of it. The doctors, like why it targets some people and not others, and things like the clotting thing that it does, clots in the heart specifically. So it's alright, she's going later anyways. Bitch. So yeah. What else was I going to show you? I'm wearing some weird ass leotard, yeah. Get my silver holy, literally. There's, oh yeah, I keep watching this. I swear, there's something about Titanic. This I haven't looked into it fully yet, but I keep catching the same program about it. There's got to be something in that. I've looked it up briefly, and there's what I did find was that the guy who made it, I forget his name. He was running out. He was running out of time and money, so he used substandard parts, materials, to get it done in time. And I can't, from what I've seen, find any kind of like case or anything. So, but I haven't, as I say, I haven't looked into it fully yet. But what? And they were talking about all the artifacts. People go and try and steal from it. They were saying about we should make it like an underwater museum. How fucking cool is that? Yay. Defo. But not like, oh, you stay up so you don't disturb the ship itself. You stay in the ship up in the water at the top. And you send down a little robot thing, like a little mini sub. And then that goes in and captures it all. And then they do some kind of projection thing, some VR thing. So then you feel like you're in it from real life. Capturing of it, you know what I mean? Let's definitely do that. I think it's relatively recent, and then maybe they're already doing it. I don't know. Fucking cool though. But yeah, that should be preserved, shouldn't it? That should be remembered. So many things we should remember. All these, just history in general. Should be our ancestors should be at the forefront of our minds all the time. So they went through some shit, man, didn't they? Oh, I've upgraded my coffee cup, look. So I've decided a pint wasn't enough. So I've gone with a Stein. Cheers. Oh yeah, so I've got loads of funnies. There is something as well, loads more council videos. These are just priceless. Some of them as well. There's one which is one of the council sacking off Serco, which we all know are evil, and they're giving like the list of reasons. It's brilliant. I'll put that in there. Also today, in the news, there was an interesting article with the Guardian about how the Queen has, because obviously she has royal assent, i.e. she's the one that's in charge ultimately, and she's changed the law so she doesn't have to declare how much she actually is worth or owns or anything. And that's obviously in the past, but it's still relevant now. Oh, another thing. This is priceless. On Vice it was. Paintball wars. People taking away their guns and give them paintball guns. Look, we need to have a laugh, don't we? Come on, let's just have a laugh. It doesn't have to be so stressful. It doesn't have to be so angry. Things don't have to be so complicated either. All of these they've designed that way just to grind us down. Actually, everything could be quite simple. There's loads of new. They could be simple anyway. The bureaucracy is just a joke, but there's loads more like systems and stuff now, which there's no excuse. So just make it simple. There's one called. Oh yeah, well all the Teams one. Right, yes. Swap out Microsoft Teams and use Asana or Monday or hold on. Yeah. I'll come back to it now. And there's an expense one which is called Pleo, and it just does it all for you, so you don't even need to do an expense report. It just does it live real time with your receipts and your what. And then it just produces your report at the end. It just cuts time. I mean, it's just like less stress, more fun. There's an interesting thing that I watched today as well about the different healthcare systems between UK and US. And it was debating which one is better, because there's some kind of deal that they're trying to do or set up or whatever for this year, which is basically going to make the UK hospital change their pricing structure. I didn't watch the whole thing of it, but I'm going to put it in anyways because I think it's quite relevant. What else was there? Hold on. Oh, there's some ones on child trafficking. Yeah, all right, so that's the top thing, isn't it? We need to do that. And I'm front and center. I'm coming. I'm not letting you guys get on. I want to get in. I'm coming with you, boys and girls. Yeah. So there was Jordan Harbinger show, I think it is. There's a couple about different special agents. This is why I know that they know. Like NSA and FBI and CIA, GCHQ, Interpol. I know, I know. So I'll put that one in. On those what was that other thing? Oh yeah. So right. This is just proven that to do with this is for governments, yeah. You no longer need donations. Because you could do your whole campaign online for free. Therefore, you're not at the whim of the people that donate. You're not under their control. They've got no say. So you actually be able to do your job freely. Wouldn't you? There's no need for these big, long, expensive campaigns. Because everywhere's so digital now, you can get to everyone online. And most of you got businesses anyways. So if you needed money, you just use your own money. It's the only way you can root out the corruption is not leave yourself open to be corruptible or corrupted by accepting money, which is essentially opening the door to that, isn't it? Well, I did this for you. You've got to do this for me. If you don't need their money, you're free to stick to your manifesto and actually do it. Or whatever, you know. There ain't no excuse. Just give them all their money back. Give them their donations back. They thank you. Because then they can't say shit to you. You have to do what they say. Yes, that's just a thought for any campaign anyway. You just do it all online for free. So you don't need to take the money. The money is in that specific in relation to that, that's what they think they own you. Don't let them own you. You don't need it. Salt. Salt. Get some salt, guys. I know I've mentioned it before. I'm going to put a link here, but get some salt. Get yourself some salt. Put it in the four corners of your house. Wards off evil spirits. And then you can get that. I mentioned that vapor thing, didn't I? I'll try and find that. It's good to have salty air. It's good because obviously it's like an antibacterial, isn't it? So if you have it in the air, it's good for your respiratory system. So you can either do that with a salt lamp, or this like purifying air thing that you put salt into. What else was there? A lot of these you're just gonna have to watch, but there's some absolutely priceless, literally, as in stitches. Oh yeah. Oh, there's yeah, not much to report today other than funny videos. So you know, let's have a giggle. Let's have a giggle today. I haven't even looked at the news today. I can't. I find it really difficult to watch it at the moment, just because it's like, oh lie, another one. And so yeah. But where are we? What time are we? Yeah. Oh look, 3+3. So yeah, I'm thinking. Oh God. I'm thinking I need to add at least an hour onto the time because I'm always late. So it's going to be at some point between 10 and midnight. So Royal Guard, yeah. Lock, so I can enter. It's time. It's to get it done. Ugh. Oh yeah, no, the newspaper, that was it. Hold on. Financial Times. Hold on. I've got to find it now. That's it. There was something in here. Oh, sorry. I know it's a bit boring watching me look at the paper. Sorry. I'm just trying to show you. Normally I circle it, but I haven't. Anyway. I hope everyone has had a lovely day. Yeah, I hope everyone's had a really lovely day. Just want to send some love out. We're going to be A-okay. Got all of the shizzle and nizzle. Oh, I do wonder about myself sometimes, Jesus. Right, so will I speak to you later? Maybe before I go. I need to get in my warrior zone today. Just listen to warrior music all day long. Yeah. It's, just, it's what needs to happen. I mean, I can't, can't hide from this anymore. It is what it is. I think the world will just generally have a massive sigh of relief afterwards. Just for the shit, the evil that is emanating. Wow. So yeah, we can do this. Yes, go team, go team. Oh yeah, let's finish it with this. At the home of Martha and Mary. As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord answered, "you are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." Lots of love, virtual hugs, yay! Hope Super Bowl was awesome. I'm I feel like really excited about the party that we're gonna have. I'm planning it in my mind. Oh, yes. Sorry, one more thing. Now, what I find, what I have learned to do, is just, like the process of osmosis. Yeah. So, just have that process in your mind. And then what I do is I suck in into my body all of the negative energy. And then it goes into my heart, and then I pump it back out as positive. I do the same thing with fear, pump it back out as courage. I do the same thing with hate, I pump it back out as love. And I do the same thing with black magic and rituals, and I pump it back out as light. So I'm all good. Yeah. So I just want to give you lots of loving, because we are going to be just fine. Yay. Celebration time soon come. So I'm just going to carry on reading now. I need to do some reading, some more reading. I did have a nice dance around earlier as well. I find that really helps. Lets out the whatever energy, any sort of antsy energy I might have. Just let it go. Dancing seems to help me do that. Yeah, so I love a little silent disco for one. Earphones in. Yeah. So I hope, as I said, I hope everyone's good. Stay strong. You're a warrior. Warriors. We're going to be legends. Can you imagine what we're going to achieve this year? Can you imagine it? Oh, it's exciting. Excited. Like, just even in just the next 12 months. Mind boggles. Anyway. Love you. Good night.